I haven't put the microphone on, it's just whipped out just for a second, really, just to grab some water and whip back in again. The weather is supposed to be better tomorrow. The Hilleberg is certainly very well camouflaged in this grass. You can see there's quite a lot of water flowing, you know, around, well, I wouldn't say flowing, but it's certainly damp through there. You can see where we are staying in there. I'm just gonna do the door up just a bit because I don't want water, I don't want water from the door getting shaken in. Basically, I've just got to grab some water, just go to the loo and then whip back in again. Lassie has spent most of her time outside. Right, another little tip for you is, and excuse the quick nature of this video if the sound is a little off, sealskin socks. They have a very good use when your footwear is wet and your socks are wet and you just want to nip out for a few moments, maybe to grab some water or to take your dumps, as it were, and the expression, and that's where your sealskin socks come in very, very handy, because effectively they keep your feet dry and warm. To dry the outer out if possible, otherwise the wetness will eventually get through, but it's still better, even if they were wet through, it's still better than just putting your socks on for 5 minutes or 20 minutes, because, you know, they'll be warmer potentially, and then when you get back inside you've got your warm socks that you can put on and straight back into your sleeping bag. No wet feet, they're dry, you can see they're dry, and you can see how wet it is out there. It's saturated, shoes are saturated through, feet dry. Good morning everybody, it's about 9 o'clock, yeah, just gone 9 o'clock Thursday morning, and this week, which was supposed to have been reasonably pleasant, as you can see, is reasonably anything but pleasant. It's pretty much just rained almost non-stop most of the time that I've been here, and I haven't been here just 5 minutes. We had a respite in the evening, and I think not so much rain during the day, and I think not so much rain last night, and I was kind of hoping that we'd have a relatively stable morning today, but if anything, it's got breezy and the rain has come in. Now I've checked the forecast again, and it's now saying that from about 11 o'clock today it might stop raining, so maybe this afternoon we will just have some cloud and maybe some sun, but we will we will see. So far we haven't seen the sun yet, and it's got more blustery. The breeze, which was forecast to be behind us, hence be pitching kind of in this direction, even though obviously you should try and pitch with your tail you know, to the wind. But I knew it wasn't going to be very windy, so I wasn't too concerned about that. And now it's basically kind of blowing in this way. So if I had the door open, the wind was blowing right at me. So I will admit that is one advantage of a tent. You know, if the wind does mess around, you can relatively easily close the door. So there is that, you know, there is that for your tents, I will say. I'll still take the tarps though, but I must admit that was one reason. Well, there was two reasons why I brought the Akto this time. One, because I sat in the Sulu last time, and therefore I thought it would be quite useful to sit in this tent today, or this trip, so I could maybe try and do a quick comparison video using footage of that last trip, which I still haven't done yet. I've been very lazy this trip. I'm very lazy every trip. So that's something I need to remember. I need to remember to do that. And I must admit, the other reason is, well, I haven't used the Akto for a long time. You notice I'm sort of deliberately trying to put off the third reason. And I haven't used the Akto for, you know, it must be a year and a half or something like that. It's been a long time. So, you know, I thought, well, I had to get the Akto out, you know, sooner rather than later. And admittedly, the third reason was because I knew the wind was going to be changing direction quite a bit. I thought, wow, I did my door changing and everything like that last year in the Lake District. So if I can avoid that on this occasion, then I'll avoid it on this occasion because I'm feeling lazy. But generally speaking, you know, if I was doing a proper walk and, you know, and I didn't have to bring the Akto on this occasion, then obviously I would be bringing my trail star or the tarp, and then, you know, put up with having to shift it. Luckily, you know, I had a very good excuse to avoid that. I just want to give one shout out to a very, very special viewer of my channel, which I've just discovered 3 or 4, maybe even 5 years ago now, when I was meeting Dina for the first time. I used to go over and meet her in Kiev, and then a couple of times we used to go to Lviv, and we had a very, very friendly driver who drove us from Kiev over to Lviv. Oleg, I'm probably pronouncing your name completely wrong, Oleg, sorry. I'm sure you know who you are and who I'm talking about. Although you might not speak English, you didn't then, so whether you've picked up a few words then, but thank you for, you know, your hospitality, you know, 5 years ago, and, you know, you've been following me on Instagram ever since, and of course I follow you on Instagram too, and, you know, at least at the moment in Lviv you are relatively safe, it seems, in western Ukraine at this moment in time, but I guess that could change any moment. So I just wanted to, you know, thank you for back then, and, you know, and to wish everyone from the rest of the world, really, not just me in a tent on Dartmoor, but, you know, 141 countries, you know, voted, you know, against the crap, awful situation that's going on over there. And I just hope that that tyrant, you know, has his just desserts and things sort themselves out sooner rather than later, so there is no more loss of life, and you know, you can start rebuilding again, because it seems to me that there's you know, an absolute mess going on there at the moment. So you actually want to come in now, do you? After all this time, come on then. You're not coming over here. Look at that. Perfect timing for OLEG. Now sit down there. Did you know that we were... Now you're absolutely not coming over here. You are completely and utterly... No, you're not going out back outside again, over. And you're not dripping your tail. Settle down there, putting your backside in the crackers. So you've come in to say hello. No, you stay there. No. There you go. There you are, OLEG. Just... No, you stay there. No. 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 People might be getting... I'm saying this very lightly, for God's sake. People might be being, you know, bombed over there, but I don't want your dirty paws all over my bed. No, you stay there. There you are. Now you can say hello to OLEG. Yeah, OLEG wants to get a border collie. Do you think OLEG really should get a border collie? Really? Really? You think that's a wise thing, do you, Lassie? You really think that's a good thing, do you? Outside in the rain when you could have been inside in the shelter, and you got mud all over you. Oh. And you got mud. You stay there. Stay there. So, anyway, it's kind of fortuitous. No, you stay there. Timing, as they say. So, Lassie and I say hello to all in Ukraine, especially OLEG, and we wish you a soggy Dartmoor resolution. Now you stay there. Very, very quickly. And Lassie's offered to bury someone in a bog. You want to bury someone in a bog, do you? Is that what you want to do? We've been digging enough holes. All you ever do... Actually, no, you stay there. I really don't want you wet paw over here. No, you stay there. No, no, stay there. Stay. Stay there, Lassie. Stay there. Well, you've been digging... No, you stay there. Well, you've certainly been digging enough holes so you could dig another hole just a little bit deeper. Not as far as Australia, because our friends in Australia don't want things like that buried either. But you could dig a hole, bury such a thing. No, you stay there. Stay there. No. No, Lassie. No. Lassie, stay. Lassie, no. Lassie, no. 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 No, Lassie. No. You're soaking wet. No, stay. 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 You could bury a... No, you stay there. No, you stay there. Stay. Okay, stay. So you're going to dig a great big 6-foot hole, bury something in it. Yeah, that's a very wise thing. Anyway, from Lassie, me, in the middle of a soggy wet, stay there, soggy wet Dartmoor. We're going to have some breakfast and we'll catch up again, you know, in the... Yes, thank you. In the very near future. And you think it's a good idea that OLEG gets a collie, do you? You don't think he should get something else? No. I think over there they maybe need a few Tyrannosaurus Rexes or something like that running around. Anyway, seriousness is, we try and keep things light here, even when the world is, you know, you stay there, gone to pot. All right, okay, well, breakfast time. I'm going to put some food down for Lassie. Stay. and I will see you later. Stay there, Lassie. Well, good afternoon, evening. It's effectively Thursday. Well, it is Thursday. So it's Thursday. The weather, it just hasn't got any better. The forecast for today was that we would have, if not sun, that it would at least be, you know, overcast or something like that today, and it's been it hasn't been very nice. I've done a couple of short videos on the Fenix 7X, just the navigation data screens, fairly simple basic stuff, but so I've done a couple of videos on that. Stay. We've actually finally managed to, temporarily anyway, get Lassie in and close the door, although her food is outside. She's had, maybe angle it so you can see Lassie, she's had some food, and you can see that she's dried off on the top, so we've not had too much rain. But of course, when I went out to get water, she just had to plunge half of her body into the water. When I went outside, she had actually dried off 80%. Of course, I went to get water, and that 80% reduced down to about 40%. But at least the top half of her is dry, so at least I can stroke the top half of her now anyway, which is better than which is better than all this soggy wet stuff down here. Oh dear goodness gracious me, I'll tell you guys, it has been another one of those camps. Stay. It has just been, wait Lassie, wait. Let's put it on ultra wide, then you can see Lassie, and I'm not having to try and think where the camera's pointing. Even ultra wide, she only just fits in. You're not that big, Lassie. Yeah, it's been a bit of a trying camp, this one, from the weather point of view. It's been fine. It's been a nice camp. We've had our sausages, bacon and baked beans. We've had soup. We've had, you know, we've done fine. We've been warm and comfortable, as you can see, because I'm in a proper tent for a change, you know, rather than a tarp or an open, more open shelter, let's say. You know, I'm okay with just my jumper on, and it's not too cold inside. It is bitter outside in that wind, but inside it's pleasant, and I've not needed my wind shirt. I put my down jacket on a few times and taken it off as well. When you're in a more open shelter, then you need a wind shirt just to wear over your fleece. In it, basically the wind shirt acts as the tent. Obviously, if you bring the tent, then you might get away with, without needing to bring a wind shirt, although I'd always recommend bringing a wind shirt because they're so packable and light anyway. But if you do have a tarp or a more open shelter, then, you know, I definitely recommend that you have a wind shirt then, because like I said, if you get a breeze through, you know, and we spend so much of our time, you know, sitting up in camp, you know, our sort of shoulders and back and that area is kind of like exposed quite a bit. So, you know, if you've got a fleece on and then a wind shirt over the top, then that acts together very, very well. But of course, when you're in a tent, you might be able to dispense with that wind shirt because the tent itself is acting as a little bit of a windbreak, as it were. Anyway, I've had soup. It's about, it's 5 o'clock, so obviously we got water. I must try and remember and take a picture outside before I collapse everything down tomorrow. We were supposed to have had maybe a sunny interval today, but that never transpired. So there's supposed to be a sunny interval tomorrow, but I'll believe that when we see it. Oh, I really, truly will be happy to have a hot, sunny camp, you know. So we've now had September, October, November, December, January, February, and we're now, you know, end of February. You know, we've had a good a good 6 months of windy, wet, chilly camps, and we've used a good selection of shelters for all of these. We've done the Namage 3 GT, we've done the Akto. This is the first time I've had the Akto in the winter, and I must admit I am quite impressed. Obviously there's no snow around, but I must admit, as a tent goes, the Akto is not a bad tent at all. It is a nice tent in here. There is quite a lot of room in here. I will say there is, I know I'm a bit of a MLD fanboy, obviously, but you know, if you can overlook the weight of this thing, which is quite heavy for a single tent, it's stay. You see, straight away sit up, and she wants settle down. No, I don't want you all wet all over me. No, I don't really. No, you stay there. Oh, Lassie. Oh, you're pretty not too wet, but you're not exactly dry either. Testing. You're not exactly dry either, are you, eh? Oh. Oh, I know you're looking forward to some sunshine too, aren't you, eh? She's been outside nearly the entire time in all that wind and rain and everything. I've left the door, you know, open enough that she could come in. She's got a foam mat on the floor. Oh God. She's got I brought a foam mat for her to sleep on. Yet she's been out in that weather. Oh, you are an absolute chump, aren't you? But I suppose you have got a nice warm coat on, haven't you? Don't go telling Paul Messner you got a nice warm coat if he wanted to try that. He's tried his buffalo. He's killed all the buffaloes for his buffalo jacket. He'll be after your jacket now. Oh, let's see. Oh dear, you are funny though, aren't you, eh? No, you stay there, you're not coming over here. Oh dear. Alright, well, I really just wanted to film something just before it gets dark. We've got another hour of light. It's dark in an hour with twilight for about 20 minutes or something like that. Let me know what you think of the, you know, the extra bits that I'm doing with the, you know, like the cooking and like the pack reviews and pack things like that. I have noticed a slight uptick of people watching, not massive, but you know, a little. So, you know, hopefully with those quite minor additions, you know, hopefully we will attract a few more newbies to the channel, and then once we've trapped them here, they've got plenty of videos to go back to if they're brave enough to go back that far. Oh, let's see, you are a sweetie. Oh, have you gone camera shy now? On camera shy now. Oh, bless you, you are sweet. Okay, all right, well, we better get on and carry on doing nothing, and we'll catch up with you all either later on or or tomorrow when we pack and head back. It's like Rod Hull and Emu, this, isn't it? You really think it's my hand that's holding holding the camera. Oh, all right, that's enough. No more. All right. We got to get going. We need to do nothing. We're very busy doing nothing, and we can't just keep camera rolling, because they'll all disappear. They'll think, well, he's not doing anything. We're just going to turn off. And then if they turn off, they don't come back. Then don't you understand how YouTube works? They get bored quickly. Yeah, they get bored quickly. So you want to do something entertaining, do you? What do you want to do? You want to dance or something? I know. Do you want to do your trick? Hang on. We're just. Oh, you're a bit wet, but okay. Left paw. No, that's two paws. Yes, soggy wet dog. All right, two paws. Both paws. Both paws. All right. Yeah, that's it. That's enough. Oh, soggy wet. All right. Well, we've done our trick. We're not going to do any more, because otherwise she'll get excited. You're already getting my bag damp. This is why I don't want you near my bag, because you're going to get the bag wet. All right. Until in a minute.